Okay, so how I see my autism now is different to how I used to see my autism. And I don't want you to make the same mistake. Check this out. Hey guys, welcome back to the Aspie world. My name is Dan and I have autism and ADHD. I make videos about this every single week. So if you're new around here, you want to learn more, you want to enjoy these videos, come along this journey and be a part of this family, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on YouTube by hitting that notification bell and click follow on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok so that you don't miss a video that I publish. Okay, so in terms of autism and how I see it, what was really interesting is before I was diagnosed autistic, I knew there was something different about me, right? So I couldn't quite put my finger on it because the autism diagnosis gives you this kind of clarity of like, oh, I'm not just like a hyperactive, weird kid or odd kid. There is something more going on here, just this kind of weirdo, right? That's how I saw myself, and I saw myself as a weirdo. And what this does, it gives a negative impression. I remember for years I was like, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I like this? What is it that's wrong with me? Why can't I go to parties? Why can't I go to pubs and clubs with my friends? Like, here's a word from today's sponsor. Now, today's sponsor is Trustworthy, and it's more than just an app. Trustworthy is a all online dashboard that helps organize your family. It's kind of like number one tool, the all-in-one organizer for your family, right? And so it is an app that you can use on your phone, on your tablet, or on your computer, and it's amazing. I find this to be an ADHD godsend, right? So me and my girlfriend are forever forgetting, the trash goes out on this day. It's somebody's birthday, or the kid's insurance for their healthcare runs out on this day. We need to renew this, or my driver's license renews this day, or if you're going somewhere and you forget your ID, you're like, oh goodness, I don't have a digital copy. Well, Trustworthy does all of that for you, all in one. Now, if I show you a screenshot here, basically you can keep all your family IDs on here. You can keep track of all your finances. You can even store your passwords for different things in here. You can also then put in all of your insurance stuff. You've got life insurance, medical insurance, any auto insurance, stuff like that. You can hide legal documents in here so you never lose them, and it's all in one central place, which is completely secure and encrypted. It's absolutely amazing, and I find it absolutely fascinating. Now, if you want to check out Trustworthy, please go to the link in the description down below and check it out. This is an ADHD godsend. It's kind of like organizing everything for you. And it's also got the nickname, the Family Operating System, and it absolutely is just that. So please check out Trustworthy down below. I think it's a godsend, and I know that you're going to get a lot from it. Thank you for sponsoring this video. When my friends were having like birthday parties, I'd always leave early. I remember specifically my friend, I think it was his 15th birthday party or 16th birthday party, and it was just me, and I was in a band at the time, and me and the drummer, so I was a bass player, my friend was a guitarist, he was turning 15, and the drummer, we were all invited to the guitarist's house to have like a sleepover and watch movies, eat snacks, that kind of thing, just kids, right? And I remember being in his house and just being so overwhelmed with like anxiety, and I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to place myself. I didn't know where to sit. There was nowhere comfortable for me to sit. In my eyes, I was being comfortable. And so I ended up getting a taxi home. And, it was weird for my parents, like, okay, with Dan again, 15, but he still won't hang out, with his friends. And then also it made my friend think that I felt less of him because I didn't want to spend that time with him, and which isn't true. I did want to spend time with him. I just wasn't comfortable in that situation. I was like overly anxious. And also one of the other things, like a byproduct from this, so not only feeling like, oh, my friends felt let down because of me, I was also feeling that like I'd missed out, because I remember like on Monday morning in school, they were talking about like all the fun things they did, like they're playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Yes, I'm that old. Give this video a thumbs up if you know what Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is. And like, there was like funny things that happened that they kind of refer to, like, inside jokes, that happened that night. And I'm like, oh man, I wish I was there, like I totally bailed because I couldn't be there, but I wish I was there. So like autism not only kicks my ass and makes me feel bad about like my friends and making people feel like I'm less of a friend to them, it also kicks my butt in a way where it's like, well, how do I feel about it? Well, I feel like it's making me miss out on things. And for years, and I'd torture myself for it. I'd be like, oh, Dan, you're no good, and Dan, you're useless, or you're never going to be able to be normal. And one of my biggest dreams, right, guys, one of the things I wanted to do so badly was I wanted to be able to go on a train, go to London, the city of London, get off of the train in London, and walk down the street, go to a coffee shop and order some tea and sit there and drink it and then go home. I've longed to do this. I am now 38 years old. I'll be 39 in July 2025. And I still haven't been able to accomplish this. This is not something that has been achievable in my lifetime, and I don't know if it will be. Like I'm wanting to do more about that, but I realize now, and this is the change, this is what I realize now, and this is what I don't want you to make this mistake. The mistake I made is that I battled myself for years. I battled against the fact that, like, you know, going home early made me comfortable. Being in bed and watching movies on aliens and conspiracy theories and chemistry was comfortable for me. Not going out and socializing with people was comfortable for me. Eating the same foods over and over again was comfortable for me. For years, rather than just saying like, hey, that's what I like doing and this is what brings me comfort and joy, you know what I did? I persecuted myself. I said I was wrong. I said I was this, that, and the other, and I was a freak, and I was wrong, and I was not normal, and all these things. And it made me feel even worse. But when I started to accept who I was, when I was like, oh no, this is me, this is who I want to be, I was able to realize how important I was. And I was just on a coaching call. So if you don't know, I actually coach people, autistic individuals, one-on-one. And if you're interested, you can go to my website, theaspyworld.com, find out more. I'll try and link it below. But I was on a coaching call with somebody the other day. They were feeling low. They have like a low self-esteem. And I said to them, you know, like, why do you feel this? And they said, oh, similar reasons. You know, I'm autistic and I feel like this way and I feel that way. And I feel like I almost let society down. And I was like, do you realize how important you are? You know, the actual bizarre notion of being a human, the odds of being alive are 400 trillion to 1, which means you have more chance of never existing ever than you have of being a human, which means that you're a walking miracle. There's hardly any of us, really, when you think about it. Yeah, there's maybe 9 billion of us, but if you think about the planet, well, like 18 billion years old, the universe, there's hardly anybody. And when you think about even more the case of not just being born, but like your ancestors had to live through like world wars, cold wars, COVID, Spanish flu, ice ages, you know, hunter-gatherer times, like the kings and queens, all of those different species trying to survive on this planet. And you stayed here, you're resilient, which means that your DNA is pretty amazing. It's like not just amazing, it's resilient, it's one of a kind, and you're pretty special. So when anybody says like, oh, you're not that special, no, you pretty much are. Everybody are. We all are. And you have to realize that. And when I realized like, oh man, you know, I do contribute to society because I'm able to help other people on the autism spectrum. That's kind of like my purpose, right? We all have a place and a purpose. And it took me, you know, 26 years to realize that place and purpose. And I don't want you to make the same mistake. The reason it took me that long is because I didn't accept who I was. But when you start accepting who you are, you'll start beaming like the sun. And when you beam like the sun, you're unstoppable. Confidence is unshakable, and you'll just do it. I know you can do it, and I believe in you. And if you believe in me, give this video a thumbs up, because it just makes me know that you guys are listening and you understand. And share this video with somebody who may need to hear it, because it's always one of those things. Like, I want my message to get out to as many people as possible, and I love each and every one of you for the contribution and the support that you give this channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Stay awesome.